Alien Update number 6. Welcome back. This episode, we have huge news. More UFO photos confirmed by the government to be real. And this time, there's video. Also, Prince Philip and his connection to UFOs. A famous soccer player believes, and more UFO sightings. Let's get into it. Our first story comes from Duncan Phoenix for Mystery Wire. Pentagon confirms leaked UAP photos and video are real. Silver spheres, pyramids, acorn-shaped craft. Pictures and videos. Jeremy Corbell, who was the director behind the Bob Lazar documentary on Netflix and has been on Rogan multiple times, says he has had these images for a few years now but could not confirm or report them. He was sent them in an anonymous data dump. Finally, the Pentagon is confirming they're real. The video comes from an incident that we've covered the last 2 episodes about the UAPs swarming U.S. warships. These craft were pyramid-shaped and non-aerodynamic. Some of them were blinking and some were not. The video looks to be made in night vision technology, and the crafts are still unidentified. The other photos are from the USS Omaha. They are silver spheres. The sphere were flying in the air and then went into the water, and no wreckage was found. They said it could go from air to water, which this technology does not currently exist. Susan Gaw, the Pentagon spokesperson, confirms the photos and videos were taken by Navy personnel. Another huge part of the story is these pictures are used by the government to train their intelligence agencies on how to report on these issues. Our next story comes from Jane Clinton, who writes for iNews out of the UK. Duke of Edinburgh had a fascination with UFOs and amassed a collection of books about aliens. Prince Philip, who recently passed away, was said to be interested in UFOs and aliens. His interest started from his uncle, Lord Louis Mountbatten, who wrote an official report about a UFO landing at his estate back in 1955, which was classified until after his death in 1979. Prince Philip was said to have spent the entire summer of 2019 reading the book The Holt Perspective, which was about the Rendlesham Forest incident, which is dubbed Britain's Roswell. Even the royal family is interested in UFOs. For our next story, a famous Welsh soccer player also believes. A story by Kat Lucas for GiveMeSports.com writes, Gareth Bale, Tottenham forward, admits he believes in aliens. During an interview on Spur TV, he stated, "There's a lot of conspiracy theories, and there's footage of UFOs out there that's been released by the U.S. government. There is definitely 100% aliens." He later claimed to have seen one himself. You heard it. He's one of us. Our next story comes from Nirmal Narayanan from IB Times. UFO sightings followed by discovery of dead cattle in North Dakota. Netizens suspect alien visit. Conspiracy theorists strongly argue that the UFO sightings and the subsequent discovery of dead cattle is an indication of an alien presence on Earth. There is a video in the article that shows a saucer-like object moving across the sky. And there were no farms with cattle near where the cows were found dead for 10 miles, and no farms reported missing cows. It was caught on a motion-activated camera. Check out the video for yourself. The link is in the description below. Our next story is from Greg Janetta for 983thesnake.com. New sighting. Fastest thing seen. Boise motorists report UFO. The incident was seen by multiple area motorists. On March 29th, 2021, around 10 p.m., the object was seen. It was moving extremely fast and flying over only a few hundred feet off the ground. A family caravan with multiple vehicles saw the object moving very fast in a streaking flash. The eyewitnesses said it was the fastest thing they had ever seen. Our next story is from Bill Trotta. He writes for Kicks1055.com. Connecticut UFO sightings continue to increase in 2021. On January 6th in Naugatuck, an eyewitness saw a bright ball of light followed by a helicopter. Was this the military chasing a UFO? In February, 2 triangular-shaped craft were spotted around Town Hall. There were also sightings in Bristol, Weston, and Wolcott. Looks like we'll have to keep our eyes on Connecticut. Our next story is from Emily Cantanio for undark.org. Book review. A zoologist imagines what alien life might look like. The book is titled The Zoologist's Guide to the Galaxy by Eric Kirschenbaum. Eric studied wolves in Yellowstone, dolphins in the Red Sea, and hyraxes in Israel. He talks about how animals have evolved on Earth in various habitats and what that could mean for how aliens may have evolved elsewhere. He offers educated guesses to what they might look like and also second guesses his own ideas. It's a cool idea for a book and a fun thing to think about. Our last story is a weird one. From Chiara Versaloni, writing for USA Today. Fact check. False claim links births of Biden and other Democratic politicians to alleged UFO landing. The claim is 10 politicians were born 9 months after the landing of the UFO in New Mexico in 1947. The claim is about 10 Democrats. But unfortunately, none of their birthdays match up to the claim. Also, why would they all be Democrats? There is a lot of dumb ideas out there. That's it for this episode. As always, the links to the articles are in the description below. If you've had a UFO experience and would like to be interviewed for the show, email us at alienupdateyt@gmail.com. Tune in to the next episode and let's find the truth together.